Hi, everybody. Marty Rubin, and I'm back for another segment of Marty's Corner. And we have two special guests today. We have Cara Rose DiPietro,
Yes.
who is playing the bold, very funny reporter, Katherine Plumber. And we have Mason Ballard, who is playing the charismatic, dreamer,
Yes.
loyal leader of the Newsies in the hit musical.
Newsies.
All right. Oh, it's so great. What's this first week been like for you, Mason?
It's been incredible. I mean, we just opened this last Saturday actually.
Yes.
And we had a couple days off, so I'm excited to get back into performances.
Yes. Well, and so did the two of you know each other before Newsies?
No.
I knew of her
Okay.
from her infamous TikTok page.
Right, and Instagram, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But you didn't know each other.
No.
Okay. So I mean, you have tremendous chemistry. I mean, when did you know that, okay, we have something here?
Well, I feel like I have had the privilege of working with Tommy and Trent before, and they have such a unique talent for bringing together people, like really good, kind-hearted people into a room together.
Right.
And so, like, across the board, that first rehearsal was very much like, oh, okay, like, we're all kind of on the same page. Everyone is super eager. And so that, that first rehearsal was super telling. I just think Tommy and Trent have such a talent for, like, seeing people's hearts and
Yes.
assembling them all into one place.
Yes. Mason, where are you from?
I'm from San Diego, California originally.
Okay. When did you come to New York?
2021, upstate New York,
Okay.
Ithaca College. That's where I went to school, and I just graduated this past May.
Yes. So you went from sunny California to freezing cold Ithaca?
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you find that the New York pace, it's a lot quicker than laid back California? Did that take you a while to adjust to that?
I mean, I think I've always been liking the hustle of things, especially in theater and auditioning and all that stuff.
Right.
So it's been great to adapt to, and I can definitely see myself staying here for quite some while.
That's good.
Yeah.
And where were you from, Kat?
Originally Boston, Mass.
Okay.
But my mom is from Jersey.
I don't hear that Boston accent, though.
No, I don't, which is crazy because I have a dad from Boston and a mom from Jersey.
Right.
But we grew up coming to the city all the time as kids, which was so nice, and we were so fortunate to be able to do that. So it wasn't much of a transition. I moved here in 21 as well. I graduated college that year, and I've kind of been here ever since.
Yeah, wow. So when did you know, hey, I want to do something in theater? I love live theater, and when did you know this is for me?
Both my parents were actors. That's how they met. They studied it in college, and they went on to do other things. But my brother and I, we were like raised on Bjorgen and Charlie Brown and Big River and Godspell, and so it's kind of all I've ever done.
Yeah.
And my parents were super encouraging of my brother and I doing everything. So my brother was such a jack of all trades. He, was like on like the varsity football team and also in the school musical, like did Newsies
Like
in
High School Musical,
Yes,
right?
very much that. I was not that. for
How
sure.
old were you when all this was taking place?
When
you started to get into
when
it?
I started dancing when I was 4,
Okay.
and I did my first show. It was Annie. Gosh, when I was in first grade, so I must have been like 6, probably 6.
Wow.
And it's just kind of always been this. And I was so lucky that I had 2 parents that saw that too and supported it.
Oh, that's nice. Listen, Mason, were you aware of the story behind Newsies when you went out to audition?
Yeah, this is actually my 3rd time doing the show. Yeah.
Were you Jack Kelly every time?
No, this is for the first time playing Jack Kelly. I was Finch in one of the other Newsboys. The first time that we did that at Ithaca, and then this last summer I was Crutchy, believe it or not.
All right, that's
I've
good
been
stuff.
kind of going up the pyramid,
Nice.
Yeah.
And what drew you to the character of Jack Kelly?
His impulsiveness, his charisma, and to get whatever he wants, he'll get it. I
Right.
think that's something to really admire in a person and a character.
Yes. Now, as Marty's Corner fans, okay, there's a sports reference coming. So, okay, here we go. In baseball,
Okay.
when a batter smacks the ball to the wall and goes tearing around the bases, diving into third base for a triple.
Right.
And getting up, might be tired, but they better be ready to, on the next pitch, to be able to run home. Now here's Mason. Back to theater. The dance routines in Newsies is so spectacular and so strenuous. How are you able to literally end one of these big-time dance numbers and go right into singing a solo or acting, doing dialogue with Cara, like without having to catch your breath?
Breathing throughout the number. Luckily, I don't get to dance too much in this one, or I guess unfortunately. I mean, we have incredible dancers in this production, but taking those little beats of where I could find to breathe throughout the number, and
Right.
I think the more that you rehearse it in the audition room, the more when we come here and tech the space, I think it gets easier and easier the more
Yes.
that you do it, repetition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Cara, your character, Katherine Plumber, so is a reporter, and the times were tough for a woman reporter. There probably weren't very many. Could you put your head in Katherine's position and say how that must have been a tough environment for her, to be doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so interesting because when the show takes place was around the time that a reporter who I believe Katherine was probably based off of, kind of made her bed and had her career. Her name is Nellie Bly. And it's funny, she actually worked for The World. And she was a reporter in Philadelphia and wrote a response to an article that was published. And it was so good that the publisher basically was like, name yourself, and gave her a job. And once they put her back on entertainment, and once she was kind of tired, feel like she had kind of ran out the course in Philly, she went to New York, and every single person told her no, except for Joseph Pulitzer at The World, and basically gave her the story that nobody wanted. And that story, I'm blanking on the actual name of it now, but she ended up going undercover at a mental institution that was in New York, and it went on to write a book. It's one of the most celebrated pieces of female journalism, specifically of that age.
So you feel like you're channeling some of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and so this moment for Katherine, if that happened, I think towards 1890. So Katherine would have known who that was.
Yeah.
And so this moment for Katherine, this is my Nellie Bly moment. This is the moment that I'll be able to actually write something that gets my name out there and gets people to take me seriously.
Yes, yes. Mason, there's so much action on this stage. I mean, it's really something. Do you have to, when those big numbers are hitting and the audience is really responding, do you have to sort of control yourself and not get caught up in all the excitement because, you have a job to do, playing your role of Jack Kelly. But
Right.
Does that give you a little extra juice when you hear that kind of, audience response?
Yeah, I think it definitely amps us up. I mean, especially in those big ensemble numbers and Carrying the Banner and Seize the Day, of course, which we all know and love. It's great having the audience participate. And
Yes, yes.
yeah.
And the two of you, like I said, you have to have the chemistry, and you both have it. I mean, and the audience can feel it, so it's really nice. I wanted to ask you. So we mentioned earlier that you have a big following on Instagram, and how would you compare acting on stage in Newsies to when you do a daily feedback on your life, to your followers?
Yeah.
You're performing in that context also, but how would you compare the two things?
Well, something that I try to do specifically online and with social media is the goal is kind of just to be the person that I needed to see when I was younger, and that's
Right.
someone who's in our industry who is showing not just the high highs but also the low lows and the reality of it all. And so I try to ask myself are you being honest and sharing this? So I try to be as honest as I can. And the nice thing about doing this show is I'm able to take people along the ride of like what it's actually like, you know,
Yes.
like on like what's it like to work a day job in tandem with doing a gig like this, what
Right.
it's like to like still be in auditions and go to do your show at night, what it's like to do a 2-show day and how to like really take care of yourself and prioritize your mental and physical well-being.
Yes.
And so being able to act on stage is such a gift because it's the thing I love most in the whole world, but it's given me this like added bonus of being able to like also contribute to this community in like a more positive way. If that
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's good. When you're playing Jack, okay, when do you get in Jack Kelly mode? You know, like you come here to the theater, we're maybe an hour out right now from the show. Like,
Yeah.
when do you go like this and like you're Jack Kelly and no longer Mason
I
Ballard?
think right before, like, a lot of people have their own way of dropping into character, but I like take a second right before I go on stage, right before the prologue. I feel like I can just walk on and like, you know, be
You're
a
there.
different character, which I think is so exciting and so fun to do, and is one of the reasons why I like to perform.
Yes. Do you have any superstitions before the performance of Newsies that you have to do before you come out on stage?
The only like thing, I wouldn't call it a superstition, but the thing that I do every time is I will, before Act 2, I will go through the entire tap routine on the carpet, mainly so that my ankles are warmed up for it, since we've like just done the whole show and they're ready,
Right.
and also just like for my brain.
Yes.
But that's the only thing.
And that's a terrific scene, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh
it's
my-
fun.
it's-
I mean,
it's nice,
I feel
yeah.
like I can take
One of my
none of the
favorites.
credit.
Well,
Those boys are
the choreography
dancing.
is something
Yeah.
else. Something else.
Yeah.
You know, both of you have beautiful voices, and you get to sing a number of songs in here. You do one together that's my personal favorite, "Something to Believe In."
Yes.
I mean, I would love if you could give the fans a little peek at what that sounds like.
Yeah,
For sure. All right.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I know. How warm are we?
I have something to believe in. Now that I know you believed in me.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. If you want to hear the rest of that song and all the rest of the fantastic dance routines and see this Newsies come alive, we're playing Wednesday through Sunday, straight through to March 22nd, and we can't wait to see you at the Argyle Theater.